Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the Namibian former President Sam Nujoma in presence of the head of the intelligence services Abbas Kamel and the Namibian ambassador to Egypt. Presidential spokesman Bassem Radi said that President al-Sisi welcomed the former Namibian president, expressing the Egyptian appreciation for the deeply rooted relations that bind the two brotherly countries. The head of state also congratulated Nujoma on being awarded the prize of Kemet Boutros Ghali Foundation in appreciation for his efforts in settling the disputes in the African continent, as well as the long struggle to realize the Namibian independence. For his part, the Namibian guest hailed the Egyptian vital role under the leadership of President al-Sisi in realizing peace and security in Africa and implementing the silencing of the guns initiatives, as well as solving different African crises. Also on Saturday, President al-Sisi received the Zambian Foreign Minister Joseph Malangi in the attendance of the head of the intelligence services Abbas Kamel and the Zambian ambassador to Egypt. President al-Sisi asked Malangi to convey the greetings to the Zambian counterpart Edgar Lungu, stressing the important ties between Zambia and Egypt in different fields, especially in the fields of trade and industry, whether on the mutual level or the common markets of East and South Africa, the COMESA. President al-Sisi also highlighted the Egyptian keenness on boosting coordination with the Zambian leadership to realize development and stability for the African states. For his part, the Zambian top diplomat said that he was honored to meet President al-Sisi as he delivered a message from the Zambian president to the head of state, tackling a number of issues of mutual concern and boosting cooperation in various domains. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held an inspection tour where he visited a number of projects in the new administrative capital, including Egypt City for the Olympic Games, which is considered the biggest Olympic city in the Middle East and is built according to the latest international standards. The details follow.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi this afternoon toured a number of construction projects and sites in the new administrative capital, including the Egypt International Olympic City, which is the largest integrated Olympic sports city in the Middle East, as it was established in coordination with all international sports federations according to the latest international technical standards and measures for each sport. The city includes an international stadium with a capacity of 90,000 spectators, 2 covered lounges with a capacity of 15,000 and 8,000 spectators respectively, Olympic complexes for swimming, integrated equestrian activities, tennis, squash and other sports, as well as various fields for bow and arrow, traditional and electronic shooting and shotguns as athletic track, as well as a hospital and an integrated sports medicine center, a hotel equipped to host sports delegations, as well as the administrative facilities necessary to accommodate the movement of visitors and visitors to the village, including a mosque with a capacity of 500 worshippers, parking spots for buses and cars and all other services, in addition to the cultural coordination and the wide green spaces of the city, in harmony with its facility and nature of its activity sports, where the city is a huge addition to the infrastructure in the field of international sporting activity in Egypt and the region, in a manner that qualifies Egypt to host and organize major international sports competitions and events at the highest level, as well as the city's expected role to spread the practice of sport at the national level and allow the use of modern sports facilities for citizens of all group ages. The presidential spokesman said that the president directed the necessity to continue observing the timetable set for completing the implementation of projects in the new administrative capital according to the highest specifications and standards, taking into account the strict adherence to measures to prevent the coronavirus in order to preserve the safety of all workers at all sites.
خلاص بقى اخر سؤال الجزء اللي متبقي ده والجزء اللي فاضل بتاع البارت اللي ده شكري يلا
Lieutenant General Ali Fahmi, the commander of the Air Defense Forces, received the Sudanese counterpart, Lieutenant General Abdul Khair Abdullah Nasser, on the official visit to Egypt, along with the high-ranking military delegation. During the few-day visit, the two commanders discussed ways to boost the cooperation between the two sides and exchanged views on the latest military developments in the field of air defense. The visit witnessed the joint trainings between the two sides, which included the execution of the anti-aircraft artillery launchers, as well as the shooting of the subunits of missiles and anti-aircraft artillery in the training center of the Air Defense Forces. The visit also included inspecting a number of educational facilities of the Air Defense Forces, as the Sudanese commander witnessed the stages of the educational process that takes place with the latest technological and modern scientific systems to prepare combating individuals to be capable of all the assigned tasks. A number of Egyptian Air Forces units and Special Force troops arrived in the Sudanese Air Base Marway to participate in the joint Egyptian-Sudanese drills Eagle 1, due to take place for the first time between the two brotherly nations and will continue till November the 26th. The drills will witness various activities including planning and managing joint combat actions and launching a number of air defense attacks, while the multi-mission fighter jets, as well as training the special forces on search and rescue missions. The exercises come in the framework of boosting cooperation between the Egyptian and the Sudanese armed forces. Minister of Antiquities Khalid Al-Anani held an international press conference unveiling huge discoveries at the Saqqara necropolis, announcing that the discoveries are considered the largest archaeological discoveries during the recent period. The details follow.
Egypt announced on Saturday the discovery of an ancient treasure trove of more than 100 intact sarcophagi dating back more than 2,500 years ago, the largest such finding this year. The sealed wooden coffins unveiled on site amid fanfare belong to top officials of the late period and the Ptolemaic period of ancient Egypt. They were found in 3 burial shafts at depths of 12 meters in the sweeping Saqqara necropolis south of Cairo. Archaeologists opened one coffin to reveal a mummy wrapped in a burial shroud adorned with brightly colored hieroglyphic pictorials. Saqqara, home to more than a dozen pyramids, ancient monasteries, and animal burial sites, is a vast necropolis of the ancient Egyptian capital of Memphis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The huge findings came just over a month after archaeologists in the area found 59 other well-preserved and sealed wooden coffins, also dating back to more than 2,500 years ago. At the unveiling ceremony, Antiquities and Tourism Minister Dr. Khalid Al-Anani said, "Saqqara has yet to reveal all of its contents. It's a treasure," adding that excavations are still underway whenever they emptied a burial shaft of a sarcophagi. More than 40 statues of ancient deities and funerary masks were also discovered. The sarcophagi will be distributed among several museums in Egypt, including the yet-to-be-opened the Grand Egyptian Museum or GEM at the Giza Plateau. The minister attributed the flurry of discoveries in Saqqara to extensive excavation works in recent years. Another discovery in the vast necropolis is expected to be announced in the coming weeks. Archaeologists also hope to find an ancient workshop for manufacturing wooden coffins for mummies soon.
Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli arrived in Manama heading a high-level delegation to pay the Egyptian condolences in the late Bahraini Prime Minister, Prince Khalifa bin Salman. The delegation included ministers of finance, communication, housing and urban development, civil aviation and the head of the National Investment Authority. Madbouli is to deliver the Egyptian deepest condolences to the Kuwaiti leadership, people and the government on the great loss of the late Prince Khalifa. Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri arrived in Kuwait for a 3-day visit, during which he is to deliver a message from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the Prince of Kuwait, Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Sabah. Kuwait Foreign Minister Ahmed Nasser Al-Sabah, the Egyptian ambassador to Kuwait, Tariq Al-Koni, as well as the members of the Egyptian diplomatic mission in Kuwait, met the Foreign Minister at the Kuwait International Airport. A statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that Shukri is scheduled to meet with Sheikh Nawaf, the Crown Prince Sheikh Mash'al, and the Prime Minister Sheikh Sabah Al-Khalid Al-Sabah, as well as the Kuwaiti senior officials. Shukri will also discuss in his meetings the ways of boosting bilateral cooperation and the latest developments in the Arab and the regional arenas. The National Election Authority holds a press conference on Sunday to announce the final results of the second round of the parliamentary elections after counting the votes of the Egyptian expatriates. The authority has earlier received all the results from the public polling stations from 13 governorates of the second round after checking complaints of the candidates.